Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. So if you didn't know, one of my very first jobs is big construction like this. I used to drive a Traco when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and now, well, I'm back in the driver's seat helping my dad out on the weekend. So I'll do some GoPro with this eventually, but I've kind of forgot my GoPro this morning, so enjoy this shaky cell phone video. It's hard to do it one-handed. Don't get mad at me, Dad. There you go. It's been a while. Welcome to Dashing Cars. Another weekend, another shop day. Got the TSX in, as you saw there at the beginning. Kind of wanted to start it just to see if it'd start up, so I put the injector plugs back in. One injector plug was broke off in there, and I don't have another spark plug, so it was missing a spark plug. So it's only got 3 spark plugs in it. There is no intake manifold. There's no throttle body. There's no water pump. There's nothing on the motor at all. But let's see if it runs.
3 legs, extra to look.
Call it success. So if you go in here, all the chimes are chiming. The door's open, so it works. Door is open. Check emission systems. Might want to look at that. PSA. Call Brooke.
No phones have been found. Returning to the main menu.
No phones found. I think the blower works. I think it may have been taken out, but that's why it's not actually on. Because I don't hear anything. Yeah, it all works, and as you saw, it starts and idles, sort of, kind of. So we're going to start tearing this one apart. I'm sad to see a TSX go like this, but it's kind of funny that all the stuff that actually still works in this thing after it's been completely destroyed and dismantled, as you can tell. Alright, let's get to work on this thing. That's alright.
Voila.
Used by magic powers to get it out.
As they say.
There we go. Alright, well deserved break time. Motor is out of the TSX. We're getting closer. No. You're there. Well, there's been a flurry of activity since the last little video clip. So, kind of woke up this morning, had my tent all set up, had my hammock strewn from the TSX over to the Element, like I usually camp out here. But I went ahead and I've got the motor completely demated from the subframe. It's really not that hard at all. It's been actually very simple. So I went ahead and started breaking some of these 17mm bolts that are holding the automatic transmission on. I wanted to kind of get up in the air, that way I can access some of the lower bolts, just see what all I need to get apart, but it really shouldn't take any more time, hardly at all, to go ahead and pull this auto trans off. And we'll have a free K24A2 all free in the air and ready for the manual transmission to get mated up. The only problem is the manual is still inside the other element, so that'll be a little bit longer for now, but I'll get this thing all taken apart. Looking over everything, I kind of saw this. It's been last serviced as 2018. The oil looked pretty good. It wasn't too like horrible, it wasn't chunky or anything. It came out just fine. Like I said, it ran before I pulled it out. I may leave the block kind of on a stand. That way I can kind of start cleaning up a little bit as far as the grease and grime off of that. But yeah, everything's been going good. I hadn't been shooting a whole lot because it's just been me here in the shop, and hadn't really done a whole lot there. TSX looks all good. It's all stripped. We got a plan for the TSX actually. And Dad talked to me about it, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to get the Traco and lift the TSX up in the air and drop it, and then see how many times we can fold the TSX in half. That'll be a fun video. I think that's going to be a good celebratory video. I may release that at like a 3,000 mark or something crazy. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a real special video. It'll be a lot of fun. I've always wanted to crush a car with a Traco. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I just wanted to kind of give a quick little brief update of what's going on here. I want to say this cart here, this lift cart, was a lifesaver. Going up to the car, unbolting the subframe and letting it drop down with it, freaking awesome. That made life so much easier. You'd be surprised how nice life is with a nice lift and the right tools. Shop goals, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you work your butt off for stuff. Alright, back to work. And just like that, the motor's on the stand. It didn't go out without a fight. Trans is out, trans is on the table, along with the subframe and all that good stuff. So I'm going to roll that out to the scrap pile. There are some things I'm going to take off this that I might need in the future. I want to strip it some bolts and whatnot. But the motor is up. I didn't get a chance to take the pressure plate little bolts out there. Not pressure plate. What is this thing that adapts to the torque converter is called? I don't even know what it's called, but it's got the automatic bolts there that go to the crank. I can't think straight right now, guys. But anyway, this thing's out. Looks good. I think that's a good stopping point for the now on that. So let's move over to the CRX. Actually, I gotta do a few things to the CRX. And I've got some goodies to show you. Got my half support mounts in. This is the all-wheel drive EF-K5. So it's for the K swapping the EF 88 to 91 Civic or CRX. And it's for the K series all-wheel drive transmission or the 2015 or 2012 to 2015 09 to 14 TSX transmission, but we're using the all-wheel drive transmission, so this is also for the all-wheel drive transmission. So got that in, and also the diff mount is here. So the diff mount and the pan, the some more brackets. This is the top of the diff mount. It actually mounts to the top of the diff. That's in. So S1 built, sewn, TK, everybody over there, thank you so much. This is going to be sick. Look how awesome that thing looks. I was sitting there just looking over all the welds and all the, I like how they left a little bit of the coloration to it to make it look even better. It's a beefy unit. It's very well done, very well designed, and passes my engineering critique test. But yeah, all the bends are excellent. I actually kind of went over and just kind of looked at it just because I like to see what other people do. I like to see how they bend it. And their bends actually, they don't take any material out. Any of the material is not removed. It's just an actual solid piece. So it's bent all as one. And you can see the clamp marks there for the tooling. That's actually a really good sign for strength. So a lot of times, cheaper brands, they'll cut there and make the bend a little easier on the machine, or if they don't have enough machine to do it. But you can see here, S1 has really outdone themselves with these brackets. Everything on this has been really well thought out, and I'm really impressed so far. So I'm really looking forward to get to that stuff in. But one thing I'm not looking forward to. So this is the weld-on mount for the K series from Hasport. Now Hasport has done an awesome job with this, and they have it dual height. So if you're running the K20 or K24 and you want a little bit of more ground clearance or a little less deck height to clear your hood, they have that availability. They have it so you can mount it at the top or bottom position, and this is the weld-on bracket. However, the CRX already has this welded on here, and when I say welded on here, it is thickly welded on here. It is completely welded all over, and not just stitch welded, not anything. It is just completely welded on there. So I'm going to spend probably another hour grinding this weld out and trying to get this bracket off. I could use this bracket, but since Hasport has worked with me and they're sponsoring this build, I'm actually going to use theirs. That way I have the adjustability, and plus I got a nice brand new Hasport mount. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll actually mount there, and hopefully I can get to that lower location hole there. Oh, that's not going to be fun to cut out. I'm just going to get to work on it though, because I actually broke this off too. It was welded on. This is where one of the hood pins was welded here. And we're gonna redo the hood and all this other stuff up front when we get to it. But I just literally just pried it off and just broke right off. You can see how much rust and all that crap's underneath there. So I imagine after I clean this up, yeah, that's gonna be not a lot of fun. I'm sure there's rust and all that crap. I can go ahead and take this bracket off too that's here and just clean this area up. And then get this thing ready to get welded back on, because I've got some new welders that I've been itching to play with. Alright, back to work. So after quite a bit of grinding, we are off. You can see it's actually sealed up so well with weld that it didn't rust underneath the mount. So there you go. That's something for you there. Anyway, that was a pain in the behind to get all that off, and you can see a lot of the actual frame rail got damaged pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is I cleaned it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and re-weld all this up and then grind it back down. So for the big gaps, I've got some filler metal I'm going to stick in there and tack in, and I'm basically just going to weld this whole thing back shut so it's nice and solid again. Because after that gets together, then it's time for the Hasport mount to go back on. It's got the locator hole right there, goes right here. With that up like that, that'll be our spot. So I just got to make sure the dimensions don't change. I'm making sure that we're still right there where we need to be, but that's how it'll look. So well, let's get back to grinding. Actually, let's get back to welding. So as you can see, filling in all those holes was not easy. This is about as close as I'm going to get to the welds. They turned out actually pretty good. I'm not too upset about it. It's just hard to do with such thin material on that, with just thick material of the mount itself. But it worked out well. I just did stitch weld every 3 or so inches around, just to get it all good and secured up. Of course, it's good and tight. It's not going to go anywhere. What I'm going to do is clean it up just a little bit more, clean up some of the stuff up front where I had to fill in some holes, and then I'm going to hit it with a light coat of primer just to keep it from rusting. A little bit of rust prevention. I think it's going to be pretty good though, because all that stuff's in good shape. But besides that, I think I'm going to call it a wraps on this after I get in with that. And then, who knows what else I'm going to get into today. Got all kinds of crap to go through. Hi, I'm Johnny Knox and welcome to Jackass. One down. It's like a giant two-stroke. Well, that's about going to wrap it up for this weekend. So I got the TSX out, got the wheels off of it. I got a good plan for that thing to crush it really good and really make sure it's good mangled up. Like I said, I think we're going to fold it up and see what we can do with it. That'll probably be, I'll probably hold on to that video for like 3,000th subscriber. I know I talked about that earlier, but I'm not sure if I put that in the video or not. But I think that'll be a good plan for that. The K24A4 is out. The K20Z1 is there. Not sure what the plan is with that one yet, but I got all the parts. I mean, a little K series Honda part pile here. Next week, we're gonna get this thing up on the lift, and I'll probably mess with the diff mounts, kind of check that out, just depending on what other parts we get in. Also, next week, I believe the plan is we're gonna go ahead and get the manual element in here and get the transmission out. So we shall see. That should do it for next week. I got another wagon update video coming up this week, so watch out for that. But besides that, guys, stay rad, and I'll catch you guys later.